Good morning, ma'am.
Hi dear.
Today we are going to discuss another interesting subject, and that's gems.
Yeah.
What do you think about gems?
Oh, I definitely believe in gems. In fact, it's one of the most powerful tools that I have when I need to counsel or balance the energies of a particular person. I do not believe in gems because people talk about gems. I, being a very practical and a rational person, and I need logic for everything, having done my research in the healing power of the gems and crystals, the medical history also has writings about it, that the power that they have within themselves to heal the mind or the root cause of all evil that is in our body.
Oh, okay.
Our body is made out of these four energies: water, air, earth and fire. Now when these energies are imbalanced in the body, that is where the gems have the power to balance these energies.
Okay.
In fact, to start with, I would like to tell you that the healing power of gems and crystals has a very historical evidence also about it. All gemstones have one thing in common. They originate from the hot magma of which the inside of the earth is made of. So you can actually say that it not only bonds, but earth, as you know, it bonds and it grows.
Yes.
It's productive. Similarly, these stones that are made out of this magma, it bonds our body and it grows our mind. That's the effect they have. The therapeutic use of gems is not new or alternative healing method. The art of healing with stones is thousands of years old. The proof of which lies in the findings of ancient civilizations when they were used to heal diseases. Now the gemstones have the power to protect because they possess talismanic properties that keep evil spirits away. This ancient knowledge has been passed down to our day. Writings regarding the stones can be found in Sumerian literatures and the transcriptions from Indian Vedic texts. In Vedic tradition, naturopath medicine was also known as Ayurveda. Ayur means life and Veda means wisdom. Ayurveda describes in detail how to prepare elixirs, pastes and powders made from these gems. Knowledge of these ancient practices had for a time been lost, but today it's again found its place in the medical curriculum in Indian universities and abroad too. In the first Chinese medical book, which was written 5,000 years ago by Shen Nung, the Red Emperor, can be found detailed descriptions of gemstones and the influence that they have on the human body. Further evidence of the significance of the stones can also be found in the many references given in the Bible. It always serves as symbols of faith and divinity. I'll further on explain to you how these healing stones in antiquity and the Middle Ages were used. Every advanced civilization knew of the healing properties of crystals and stones. The powder of the gems was known as natural healers because they strengthened the minds of those who wore them and protected them from evil spirits, sickness and disaster. The Greek philosopher Aristotle spoke of the power of these healing stones. The Romans carried to ward off sickness and bad luck. Egyptians wore amethyst, hematite, jasper, carnelian, or lapis lazuli. The famous Greek, Roman, and Arabic doctors and scholars wrote of their power and the important role they played in healing of mind and body. Now, this is all written evidence. Mabod wrote, now Mabod was a doctor, he wrote about the power of gems in his little handbook. It's a little difficult to pronounce, but never which, it's Liber Lapidum Suidi Gems. That means how the gems have, or what is the power that the gems have. Now, this book provided an overview of 60 gems. For its time, it was the bestseller and was translated into 4 languages, which went into 14 editions from 1511 to 1799. It's a recorded evidence again. In the medical sciences or in medical history, the physician Hildegard von Bingen from 1098 to 1179 used gems which were one of the pillars of her medical system. I have also like her realized that medicine needs a holistic orientation and that physical and spiritual disorders could not be isolated from environmental influences. The phases of the moon, inadequacies in diet, and bad habits of living were as important to recognize in the determination of treatment as the patient's constitution and psychological state is. So basically, it's mind over body. If you're not living well, if you're not eating well, obviously the body is going to take its toll. The famous teachings of Dr. Paracelsus is another written evidence. He was the most famous physician of the Renaissance, and his full name was Theophrastus Bombastus von Hohenheim, better known as Dr. Paracelsus. He delved into the healing properties of minerals and gems. And it's great, it's amazing what he says. He says, there is only one source of health, the irresistible, wise, limitlessly powerful healer within us. The healer has the ability to cure all things. The only reason that someone becomes sick is that the inner healer has been weakened and obstructed through careless habit of living. When I want to treat a person, the only thing I attempt to do is to restore the healing power within.
Basically, what I understand from this is that the problem is within us,
Right.
and it's because of our careless attitude and lifestyle, it weakens our body.
That's right.
But then, how do these gems help us to heal from within?
Our body, like I had told you when we started off with, is been made out of these energies: water, air, earth, and fire. Similarly, there are major pressure points in our body.
Mm-hmm.
There are major and there are a couple of minor. But there are 7 major points which are known as chakras in our body. Now, I'll further explain to you how these chakras are a little imbalanced, or they're actually not rotating well in our body. That is what creates misery. Further, through the explanation of these chakras, I am going to explain to you how these stones have the power to heal these chakras.
Okay.
You must have heard about the practice of acupuncture and reflexology has confirmed that the smallest regions of the body can have a significant influence on an entire body. Right?
Okay.
The same principle underpins the practice of healing with stones. Now, healing stones are particularly powerful when used in conjunction with the body's energy centers, which are known as the chakras. doctors and therapists have posited that sickness is always linked to a disturbance in the flow of energy within the body. Now, when for whatever reasons the flow of energy is blocked, a part of body will not function properly.
Okay.
Now, these blockages can arise from physical complaints or your psychic conflicts, which means your mental conflicts. Now, there are 7 primary chakras in the human body, vibrating at 7 different frequencies, each sharing information with the others. Now, the 7 chakras, further I'll explain to you what are these 7 chakras and what each chakra denotes. The first chakra, which is the root chakra, it lies between the rectum and the genital area. It absorbs energy from the earth and influences the body's hard tissues, bones, your spinal column, your teeth and your nails. It also influences the intestines and prostate as well as cell formation. Now, what is the energy of the first chakra in the body? A disturbance of this first chakra leads to addiction, uncontrolled or diminished sexuality, digestive disorders and obesity. If energy flows smoothly through this chakra, you will find a deep connection with nature. You'll be happy. Now, what are the stones recommended for this chakra to get it balanced? They are garnet, hematite, red jasper, coral, onyx, rhodonite, ruby and black tourmaline. The colors which are there for the chakra? Red. In all cultures, red is the color of life, warmth and vitality. Red stimulates the life force within you. Now, the second chakra, which is known as the sacral chakra. It lies above the pubic bone and opens frontward. This governs and centers the liquid elements in the body. Your blood, lymph, sweat, your digestive juices, urine and tears. What is the energy of the second chakra? A disturbance in the second chakra causes sexual problems. Life may seem to lose its meaning. When the balance of energy is restored, one becomes more open and is able to enjoy life. So it's important again for the emotional quotient to be balanced in life. Now, the stones recommended to balance this emotional quotient is orange beryl, orange jasper, carnelian and citron quartz. The color orange is symbolic color of the sacral chakra. It's warm and it's positive. The color of nourishment and circulation. See our blood, how it circulates. And if it is a very well nourished, healthy blood, obviously the mind will always remain alert and satisfied and happy. Now, the third chakra, which is of navel or the solar plexus. Solar plexus lies above the navel. The chakra governs the stomach, the liver, spleen and gallbladder, the digestive system and the autonomic nervous system. What is the energy of this navel chakra? When the energy flows uninterruptedly through the third chakra, one feels a deep sense of inner peace. Blockages will create discontent, restlessness and discouragement. You tend to become depressive. You become more negative in your nature. Now, the stones recommended for this chakra are tiger's eye, the topaz, yellow tourmaline and citron quartz. The color yellow is with this chakra and it stands for intelligence. Now we come to the fourth chakra, which is actually your heart chakra. Now, the heart chakra lies in the middle of the chest and opens frontward. It governs the heart and your circulatory system. It also influences the function of the thymus gland and your immune system. The energy of this chakra is the one whose heart chakra has been opened radiates joy and friendliness. He will be considerate of others and have a highly developed sense of empathy. The stones to bring about a balance in this chakra, the recommended stones are green and pink. Now, what are the stones that we have in green? We have aventurine, we have chrysocolla, we have jade, we have moss agate, we have green tourmaline, right? Now, in pink, we have coral, we have rhodonite, and we have rose quartz. Now, the color which is with this chakra is actually green. The calming vibrations of the green spectrum are the best healing agents for the nervous system. When I receive clients who are nervous and restless, I actually at times recommend not only these stones, but I also tell them surround yourself with green as much as you can, because it will have a calming effect on you. Children who are hyper, the more you have green around them, the more calm they will be. Now we come to the fifth chakra, which is your throat chakra. It's somewhere here. Now this chakra lies best at the base of the throat, right? It opens down to the front side, provides energy to the thyroid gland. It governs hunger, thirst, affects your ear, nose, eyes and throat. The bronchial passage and the lungs, the esophagus, vocal cords and speech all are affected by this fifth chakra. The energy of the fifth chakra, when the energy flows freely through the throat chakra, one will open to new experiences. Such individuals will be able to express themselves and stand up for their beliefs. The stones that are highly recommended for this chakra are aquamarine, the chalcedony, the celestine, moonstone, opal, pearl, turquoise and blue topaz. The color for this chakra are blue. The vibratory effect of the color blue is cooling and it also gives you innocence. The sixth chakra is again a very formidable chakra, the forehead chakra or the third eye. It lies above the top of nose. Linked to the eyes, nose, face and senses, as well as those more intangible avenues of perception, including your insight and intuition. The energy of the forehead chakra is that when energy flows through the forehead chakra, one's understanding becomes broad and deep. Such an individual sees the world and himself clearly. He can rely on his own intuitive and sixth sense. That is why they say listen to your heart. But if your forehead chakra is not flowing, if the energy is not flowing through it smoothly, how are you going to listen to your heart? That is why some people come and say, I don't know how to listen to my intuition. That is the time the stones are recommended for the sixth chakra, so that the energy flows smoothly and the individual can become a master of his own life. And that's what we all strive for. Now, stones for the chakra, the recommended stones are amethyst, the sodalite, the sapphire, the rock crystal and fluorides. The color for the chakra is indigo, the color of mysteries and mysticism. It banishes sickness and evil from one's awareness and allows for mental freedom. You actually become free. You actually become a master of your destiny. The seventh chakra, which is crown chakra. Now, this is here. The celestial energy enters the body through your crown chakra. It is the stepping off point for the infinite. It governs one's inner development. The energy of the chakra, it leads to enlightenment. Stones for the chakra recommended for treating the seventh chakra are amethyst, the rock crystal, the diamonds and violet fluoride. Normally people are under the impression that the first chakra is here, the second here, the third here. No, it's the other way around. Actually, the first chakra is your root chakra and your seventh chakra is your crown chakra. Now the colors for the chakra are violet. The color has the highest vibratory frequency. White, pure intelligence, and gold, the light of the life force. Each one of you should be aware of the most important and popular stones that vibrate with your personality and grow in abundance with health, wealth, and happiness, which is easily attainable if you balance the energies in your body.
Ma'am, this information is really fantastic. Most importantly, it's very scientific.
Yeah.
But I had a very basic question. I see all these commercial ads on satellite channels.
That's right.
Selling gemstones according to your sun sign or your birth chart. Do you endorse that?
Definitely not. With all due respects to those channels. Amod, if you are educated and emancipated, and if you rationalize everything, it's not necessary that one sun sign will have the same problems. All the Capricornians cannot have the same problems. All the Taurians cannot have the same problems.
Exactly.
See, the way I have explained to you ahead, that there are chakras in our body. These chakras are imbalanced. The energies are not flowing smoothly. Now, when I make a birth chart, I come to know which chakra is deficient or the energy is not flowing smoothly, irrespective of the sun signs.
Okay.
It's like we cannot give one tablet for everything. Let's say you are running temperature. Obviously, and the second person is also running temperature. Now, I will not prescribe the same medicine to both of you.
Exactly.
Right. I will find out why did you have temperature or why did the other person have temperature. And the medicines differ.
Correct.
You got it?
Yeah.
Similarly, when we are making the chart, we need to make the chart astrologically and find out what are the energies that are imbalanced in a person's body, and accordingly the stone is recommended. That's what makes a person mentally very strong. So I have healed the root cause of that individual.
Okay.
Right. And once the root cause is handled well and the energies are balanced, mentally your attitude completely changes because you actually become healthy. And you're capable of thinking rationally.
Okay.
So I definitely don't endorse that there is a gem for a particular birth sign.
Okay.
Though if you look at the zodiacs also, they are all divided into 4 categories. There is the earth zodiac, the air zodiac, the fire zodiac, and the water zodiac. Right? But the planets of every chart are distributed equally. So we have a little bit of every zodiac in our sign.
Okay.
So you can't just recommend one stone, okay, this is the birthstone. You have to have a proper chart done. You've got to know what is there. And a very well established astrologer who's very well read and proficient in this will be able to exactly pinpoint whether you're suffering emotionally or physically or lack of confidence or whatever the reasons are, and then he prescribes the recommended stone. Like I told you, gems are my very powerful tool.
Okay.
And within a week to 21 days, the results have been shown.
Oh, okay.
If I've got my credentials, whether they're from Minneapolis or whether they're from Geneva, it is because we've proved results through these stones.
Okay.
Now, another very important thing is that you can't pick up any which stone. Let's say I recommended sapphire, or I recommended ruby, or I recommended a rhodolite, or a carnelian. It doesn't mean you can just go and buy it over the counter and wear it.
I mean, that's what we've
That's
been
what
heard.
it's been done.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you'll agree with me. It's like I am thirsty. I go to a communal tap and drink water. If not today, tomorrow I am bound to have amoebiasis or some stomach problems.
Okay.
Because it's not purified.
Correct.
So it's very important. Like all the stones or all the gems that I give to my clients are energized by the art of jewelry.
Okay.
For a layman, it is that the way when we drink water, we purify it through the aquaguard,
Correct.
right, or through certain minerals. Similarly, these stones are purified by the art of jewelry. And that is what makes them more, I would say, translucent and more pure and devoid of all the other germs that affects our body very fast.
Okay.
So it's not, it's like I don't prescribe the ordinary stones that you can just pick it up and you can wear it and things are okay. That is like having tablet over the counter.
Right.
A specific stone which is energized is what has a tremendous 100% guaranteed effect on our body and mind.
Okay.
So the person not only becomes strong mentally, like in the 6th or 7th chakra I had explained that your intuition and sixth sense becomes powerful. So if with a particular stone I've made that powerful in a person, he's able to take his own decisions which are bang on.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it works.
One more question is about the price of these gems. We've all heard and seen these being sold very highly priced. How do you establish the right price for the right gem?
First and foremost, Amod, one needs to know that whether you've gone to the correct person who can actually recommend the correct stone for you, for your energies to flow smoothly. That's one. Second is obviously not, the stones are not that highly priced. The other day I was listening to some of the commercials and I was listening to some of the people who were talking about stones going into $3,000, $4,000. No, certainly not. In the past 20 years that I have been in this industry, I have seen that yes, the prices are rising according to the inflation. The prices start from $500, right? And they go up to maximum $2,000. Maximum. That is depending upon what is the energy that is required in a person's body. And when I see with my clientele, or when I see that yes, these are the people who are in need of the stones, I have seen that all these stones are affordable from category A to category Z. People who are economically not very viable or who are not very confident of buying the stones, I personally feel, and I personally do it, I tell people, you take the stone and you pay me in installments, because one is confident that the stone will work for that individual. And the money automatically follows. So money is not the criteria. The criteria here is which is the stone that you require for your energies to flow smoothly, and it should be affordable to everyone, be it from the lower cadre, and obviously the rich can always buy it. And then there are people who come and ask me for the biggest stone with the highest of energy because they can afford to pay as much money as they can. But the question is not of the payment or of the higher energy. The question here is, what is the dose that you require? Because overabundance of everything is also bad. So you must keep it in mind that bigger the stone doesn't necessarily guarantee bigger the happiness. You need to take only that much dose which is required for you to become strong, so that you are able to become a master of your destiny and earn your health, wealth and happiness.
Myths were busted today about gems, and I, as a representative of the common people, I think this is very useful for us. On a parting note, I have a very curious question to ask you, ma'am. I'm wearing this yellow sapphire or tukraj,
Yeah.
and my mom asked me to wear it, and I've been wearing it for 10 years now.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, whether it's helped me or not helped me. How do I know it?
Yes, Amod, that means your sixth chakra needs to be open.
Okay.
Because your sixth sense is not working, whether it's worked or not worked.
Okay.
There is a history with every stone,
Okay.
what every stone gives.
Mhm.
So probably we could work about this in our next segment.
Oh, that would be awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Welcome.